First reports of a fantastic city in Southeast Asia came to Europe by the Portuguese friar Antonio da Madalena in 1586. But only in the second half of the 19th century, Angkor became very popular when enthusiastic travel reports of the Frenchman Henri Mouhot were published. The final push for Angkor Wat came with the Exposition Coloniale de Paris in 1931, when a one-to-one replica of Angkor Wat was presented to the public in Paris. The history of Angkor begins in the 9th century, when it became the center of the Khmer culture of the kingdom Cambodia. Angkor covers an area of more than 200 square kilometers, and during the peak of the Khmer civilization, more than 1 million people lived around Angkor. Angkor Wat is just a very small part of the main archaeological site of Angkor, but for sure the most impressive and famous one. Founded by Khmer King Suryavarman II in the early 12th century, it is a must for everyone who visits Cambodia. Crossing the Rainbow Bridge, passing the North and South Library and the Terrace of Honor, we reach the outer gallery of Angkor Wat. The temples of Angkor are dedicated to God Vishnu, the preserver, in the Hindu triad. His avatars are, for example, Rama and Krishna. Thus, the delicate bas-relief friezes, guarded by devas, tell the stories of the Mahabharata and Ramayana, first recorded around 400 BC. The Mahabharata tells about the battle of Kurukshetra, where the Kaurava and Pandava princes and their successors fight each other, while the Ramayana tells about the life of Rama. The reliefs show the Battle of Lanka, where Rama's companion Hanuman, the divine monkey, rescues Sita, Rama's wife, from the demon Ravana. The central tower of the temple represents the holy Mount Meru, center of the universe in Hindu mythology. Hundreds of tourists are waiting to climb the tower. While others are waiting or taking kitschy photographs, we marvel the fine art of the many devatas and apsaras, supernatural beings of Vedic literature, on the inner gallery. The well-preserved South Thousand Gods Library gives you a good example of the great Khmer architecture, built from tons of sandstone carried on canals from 20 miles away Mount Kulen. Angkor Wat was made of 5 to 10 million sandstone blocks. Unbelievable. The 1000 Buddhas gallery show how Hindus and Buddhists lived peacefully together, still practicing their rituals until today. eastern gallery shows Vishnu fighting demons. And as we leave the wonders of Angkor Wat, we pass Ta Reak, Lord Vishnu, near the Rainbow Bridge, while more and more tourists fill the place. Just a bit north of Angkor Wat lies the wonderful city of Angkor Thom. Established in the late 12th century by King Jayavarman VII, it covers an area of 9 square kilometers. We enter the city crossing the South Gate Bridge with its demons and gods holding the sacred 7-headed Naga snake. The mighty South Gate, with its 4 impressive heads, leads into the city, guarded by the 3-headed mythical elephant Airavata, mount of Vedic god Indra. In the center of Angkor Thom rises the massive Bayon, symbol of the holy Mount Meru. Unlike Angkor Wat, the outer gallery doesn't show bas-reliefs with religious scenes, but tells about historical events and the everyday life of the Khmer people. The stunning depictions of the Khmer life and the battle on Lake Tonle Sap is a fine example of Khmer art. Walking the ruins of Angkor Thom, leave the awe for the long-delayed culture of the Khmer. The gigantic 216 heads looking into the 4 cardinal directions give you the feeling of comfort and safety. Deeply moved, we leave Angkor Thom and proceed to nearby Prohm. Prohm became very popular, especially in the Western world, as parts of the Tomb Raider movie with Angelina Jolie were filmed at this location. Prohm, built in the late 12th century, was a temple and monastery that inhabited more than 12,000 people. The area is in much the same condition in which it was found. The photogenic and atmospheric combination of fig trees growing out of the ruins have made Prohm one of the Angkor's most popular temples. Fantasy-addicted people see in this famous relief a Jurassic Park Stegosaurus or Triceratops. Of course it is not. If you look closely, then it is a water buffalo in front of a lotus. According to Hindu lore, Yama, the Lord of Death and Justice, rides on a water buffalo. The wonders and mysteries of Angkor have always fired the imagination of the captivated onlooker and always will.